Today's episode of Nerd Soup is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is giving away 2 free months of premium membership to the first 1,000 people who click the link in the description box below. And after that, it's only around $10 a month. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Nerd Soup. I am Beau Oliver, joined today by Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and Teddy, and we are back for another spoiler discussion / review of The Boys Season 2, Episode 5. We gotta go now! These titles have been fantastic, just want to say that.
Butcher? What happened?
My wife. She's alive. Vault's holding the captive somewhere. And right now, we're in a little bit of trouble. Are you fucking with us?
But yeah, another episode of The Boys, and this show just continues to get crazier and crazier every week. It's a good show for 2020, right? Just progressively wilder and more unpredictable as the weeks go on. But yeah,
so it's just like the world we're living in right now.
Yeah, it's a reflection. It's a mirror.
Wait, you told me that this
really.
is the review and not the spoiler.
Well, no, actually, this week we're just combining both videos because there was so much to talk about, and sometimes people get upset. They're like, why are these videos so short? There's so much to talk about. So we brought in the big gun.
All right, I'll take that.
Yeah, we brought in our Black Noir here. There you go.
Two
It's on
things.
Homelander.
I want to start with one thing I didn't like,
Ooh.
and I'm not a fan of where they're going with Homelander now.
Okay,
Because,
elaborate. This is your chance.
yeah, no, I get what he did. He killed an innocent person, but to rebuild your image that quick, that should have been Homelander's descent in this show. He rebuilt his image just based off memes after killing an innocent person and just going about life, and like the world just doesn't care.
You need to read about the Iraq War.
And yeah, but I'm saying in the
Afghanistan
public
War.
eye though, there's a video of him killing an innocent person.
It's the first time that Homelander, because he doesn't feel like he's on tape, where he's making fun of the way that they're living, and
Yeah.
he's kind of grossed out, and he takes the man out with no care, no caution, and leaves. So it's Homelander being caught behind the curtains. How does he actually act? So I think that's the point to make. It's that Homelander's obviously not this goody two-shoes
Right.
that the world builds him up to be. But your whole point about individuals committing war crimes and then being able to rebuild their images, once again, I don't want to go examples, but there's precedent for that. There really is.
Okay,
but I think
so
that's
saying
the biggest wedge so far. That's the biggest public obstacle, PR obstacle for Homelander.
But you're telling me a celebrity can murder somebody and then go back to shooting a video
you
the day after?
The price of freedom is not cheap.
Kidding. That's
It's obvious, and this show like kind of over exaggerates things, but in a world where there is superheroes, I think you can spin that and make it believable. But it's like an over exaggeration of how like you can use social media and you can pretty much spin any situation and get a backing to follow you, even though it's kind of speaks to, I guess, the divisiveness of the real world, right? Where you're gonna spin it to have some people are going to support you and the other are going to not. And that's what we see. We have his meme brigade that Stormfront convinced him to make, and then you had the people protesting with the senator and going against Homelander. So it's kind of him taking a stand. It's like, all right, I'm going to do what Stormfront told me to and pick a lane and stay in it.
yeah. After seeing where they went with it, I get why they did that, to continue the story with Stormfront taking over Homelander, I guess, to get him on her side. But, I think they could have used that as Homelander's descent and then went somewhere else with his story.
Well, I think they're definitely foreshadowing it. But the memes were funny because some of them he's making the point, we don't have time. We have to be decisive. And he mentions all the boxes that people are now checking off, patriotic, that he'll take action. So that, I mean, I guess we'll just skip to Stormfront and Homelander at the end.
Great scene.
Yeah, I kind of imagine that this is how the Greek gods would have sex, right?
It's
just throwing each other, breaking shit, and they can handle it.
You know what
right?
the
They're
scariest part is?
indestructible.
The scariest part is that she took a laser from Homelander and she didn't break.
Well, you would think that's the power of the sun, right? The heat vision. It's a literal, and she could withstand that power. It's incredible. He respected her. Not only did it turn him on, but now he's looking at her as possibly an equal. And she's still well with superpowers.
Yep.
So maybe that's, I guess, how you break up this relationship if Homelander's public image just crumbles to the point of no repair. And
she can't help him anymore?
Right, because why would Homelander not listen to Stormfront? He seems to be wrapped around her finger at this point.
Right.
Just a more effective Stillwell, it sems.
I feel bad for
More dangerous.
for the building, whoever does the carpentry.
I know, they're coming in the next morning like, look at this mess.
What the hell happened?
No respect.
Homelander's like, they got my credit card on file.
I gotta redo the support beams. It's a whole process.
Talk about redo the fucking butcher's aunt's house. Are you kidding me? What Black Noir withstood?
I got
is that a joke, dude?
Into the Spider-Verse vibes when they just completely destroy Aunt May's house. And she comes out at the end. She's like, Jesus Christ, Billy. She's not too scared. She's more just upset over the damage.
Dude, can all the
What a
Supes
mess.
withstand anything? Like, is the only way they die is like how they kill Translucent? Like, from blown up from within?
Well, I like that they are superpowered beings. They say that Black Noir can run as fast as a car. And we mentioned that on the Captain America review. Imagine Cap just whipping it at 60 miles per hour. Yeah, so they seem pretty indestructible. But that's the boys always come up with these makeshift ways to defeat them. Like Mother's Milk is saying, do you have this, this, and this? We'll create a bunch of nail bombs, try and take this guy out.
And she has it.
Yeah,
That's
they
the
always
best part.
find these ways. We'll call the cops, we'll call the fire department, buy us some time here. Black Noir not hiding at all on that roof.
I know.
He's just like, hey, what are you guys doing?
I'm here.
Black Noir. They just know that they can't be stopped.
Do you find it more interesting that they don't really have a shot against them? Or would you rather them to be more of maybe like a Batman type where they're able to actually do damage against some of these Supes?
No, because even when they get scared, they're like, Black Noir's here. You just know they're going to get out of it.
Yeah, 100%.
For the moment, you're thinking, oh shit, it's Black Noir. He's a superhero. It's like, oh, the boys got this.
I thought for sure
something.
someone was gonna die in that house.
You know what? When it got
Black
real,
Noir.
yeah, when Black Noir came out and his mask was all messed up, I thought he was about to kill somebody.
Yeah.
I thought maybe this was because you guys talked about it last episode, who could die. And I was over here thinking no one's dying this season. And then in that scene, I thought, holy shit, were they right? That can't be true. They can't be right.
Yeah, we learned that he was the one that pushed Noir to catch Butcher, and Butcher threatens to kind of make public Becca and Homelander's son and all of that, so...
Who says cunt more, Butcher or the Hound? He just
Butcher.
loves going back to that.
Bro, he's
As soon
so
as he knew-
fucking funny, dude.
When he knew Edgar was on the call, he's
Take
like,
it.
oi, cunt, roll the dice, cunt.
Take your pick, cunt.
Yeah, he got real hype. He's like, oh, the big boss?
My
Okay.
favorite was Mother's Milk, but now it's Butcher after this episode. I fucking love Butcher, dude.
Butcher had a great episode, man. At the beginning of the episode, he's wandering around kind of aimlessly. He gets the call from Huey trying to bring him back around, revealing the new information that they discovered. But it's tough for Butcher because Huey even says, you're pissed off because your wife doesn't want you. It's not that you couldn't save her, but she didn't want to be saved. So we've never really seen Butcher like this. He's always been a man with a motive. He's always been on the move, and he goes back to his aunt's house. He's, where's me boy? And Lil Terra, what an adorable little
I
little
thought there
pup.
might be a baby Butcher.
Me too, yeah. Well, they even mention his parents, that his dad has cancer. They're flying over. He doesn't want to see them.
Yeah.
And we also learn about his baby brother, Lenny, who was, I guess, his first canary. They call Huey his new canary, but
Right.
Lenny was someone who was able to temper his anger, kind of reel him in. But it appears that something happened tragically to this character of Lenny, so we don't know.
I love how she just like nonchalantly talks about Butcher almost killing a little kid. I was
On a
like,
seesaw.
you know Billy.
You know, Billy, yeah.
Just fucking bashing his head in on the seesaw.
He's also directly to the left of them. He's clearly in earshot of all of this. He's just sitting there with Mother's Milk.
It's like, oh, I love this story.
I love that.
I actually,
Mother's Milk, check this out. Look what I did.
I looked up. I didn't know what that phrase meant. Though, like you're the canary.
Right.
Canaries were used by miners, and they would lead them out of danger. I never knew that.
Yeah, and they even have the canary in Arrival, right? They just have the one in the cage.
That's cool.
Yeah. And Huey, he does play that role, and it's good to see them on the same page. They've kind of been working towards being more united this entire season. But yeah, by the end of the episode, Butcher is ready to go again.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, but that was a great confrontation.
And I did like Billy's aunt. I think she played a good role in this episode, just giving us more insight on Billy and his upbringing and just the way she was able to talk to Huey. And it was a nice inclusion to kind of give some more characterization to Billy Butcher, who Teddy says he loves him now. I think he's one of the best characters on TV right now. So
Definitely. What did you guys think about the opening scene with Maeve shooting the movie, and she has that scene? I thought
It's so funny. man,
before
with
we
how
get
they-
into Maeve, the director was excellent this entire
know.
movie.
yeah.
This entire episode, when he tells A-Train, when A-Train says, I'm not going to do the scene, he's like, that's way above my pay grade.
Yeah.
That, if only the director in Tropic Thunder had done that with Tom Cruise. Yeah, he'd be the perfect director for that movie. But yeah, no, everything with Maeve, and you mentioned that Maeve has kind of been a background character, but she got more scenes in this episode, and she even says that she wants to take down Homelander. That's what she says to Elena. We're going to take this motherfucker down after everything that he's been putting her through.
Yeah,
especially in this episode.
We speculated on that if we were going to start to see a turn from some of the members of the Seven, because like we said, the boys aren't, they could survive, but they're not in a real position to, if shit hits the fan, to face them head up. So they're going to need support from other Supes. So we wonder if Maeve maybe be introduced to the boys through Starlight and them kind of form their own little super team there.
Well, you have to imagine she's the second strongest after Homelander, right? If they're going to base her off of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
What are her powers, though? Have we seen her do anything, really?
It seems very generic, super strength.
Yeah.
Like a Wonder Woman.
Right.
Wonder Woman obviously has the lasso of truth. She doesn't have that stuff. But super strength, stamina, speed.
Can she fly?
I would assume no. I would assume no, because Wonder Woman doesn't necessarily fly all the time.
Jump high.
Yeah. You can jump, leap tall buildings.
Do you guys think that they're going to connect with the boys, though, or they're all going to do their own things to try and take down Vought? And then by maybe episode 7 or 8, they're going to converge. And
It's never going to be like Endgame where Butcher's like, boys,
yeah,
assemble.
Yeah.
And it's every good guy now that's going against maybe. Actually, that would be cool. But yeah, no, I think Maeve and Elena will have their own plan that may not even involve physically taking this man on. We've seen this before. It's more about just revealing information. It's like Varys said in Game of Thrones. Secrets are more valuable.
This whole show is all blackmail.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking.
If you have the worst blackmail, you're more higher up on the pedestal.
That's what we said in the recap videos. Just wow, there's a lot of blackmail in this show.
The thing is, if you have something over Homelander, he's going to kill you, or if it releases, he's like, all right, fuck it, I'll just be a villain now.
Well, I want to get to, we'll just skip. Actually, before we skip, those two PR guys that were trying to rebrand Maeve and Elena, out of all the despicable characters in the show, I've never wanted two characters to be punched more than those two guys. They have an answer for everything. They've done all the research, all the focus groups. So offensive and ridiculous.
They're just trying to, it's funny how, they're just trying to use Maeve to, just spin it and put it into a movie. And
they're opportunists at times where it's not genuine. It's not genuine representation or diversity. It's being done to make ends meet.
Yeah. Good thing they got Joss Whedon to rewrite the script to include all of the Maeve stuff, because if you want someone who's really
he's got his finger on the pulse of feminine superheroes. Go read that Wonder Woman script. Well, just kidding. When they're watching the B-roll footage, not the B-roll footage, but the movie footage, and he's like, girls get it on. And Ashley's like, girls get it done. He's like, whatever. He is such a dick. And yeah, that's when. What did you think about his reaction though to killing the random citizen?
Like how he didn't care. He's like, ooh.
Yeah.
And he flew away.
Kind of just nonchalant.
I mean, that's just the way he is, man. And that's like I said earlier. I can't believe that the public just lets life go on after it happened.
Well, those moments of evilness, they always with this character especially, because he just doesn't care about life at times. And those really hit me. And the moment when he goes down to the protest, and he goes down there without permission, and he tries to temper the protests. Bad move.
Yeah, he's not great on the fly there.
He's talking to usually he's preaching to the choir. He's preaching to a different choir here. Yeah. And saying the wrong things.
So this is the group that Stormfront is talking about, is that you can't please everybody.
Exactly.
He's trying to make everybody happy, and seeing what Homelander would be off the chains when no one, because he's such a quick trigger the second he finds out that no one likes him. And
when the soldier threw up the middle finger, I thought
that was it. I think he was gonna kill him, dude.
I was like, this is evil Homelander right here. He's not going to be able to hold this back.
I thought for a second it was real, but then as it kept going, I'm like, there's no way.
Imagine if it was, dude.
How do you spin this?
I was like, please don't cut to the next scene. Please show me that this was a dream, because that was horrifying.
Yeah.
I think worse than the plane.
But I think it might be a little foreshadowing there, because I think the Homelander will make that decision where he does something so irredeemable to the eyes of the public that he has no choice but to embrace just being a fucking true villain.
Well, I thought Ashley did such a great job of portraying the anxiety that she was feeling in that scene, watching the clip, pulling her hair out. Yeah, it's twofold. He's about to ruin the company, and he's about to become the dictator of the entire world. And I guess that's the ultimate end game for Vought. I'm sure that they have some card up their sleeve for if Homelander ever does go evil. You call Batman.
I really want to see what Stan Edgar's going to do with Homelander, because he's getting off the chains, and it seems like Stan Edgar can reel in Homelander with blackmail or anything you could say. Like I want to know what his plan is now.
Well, I think his plan is very much Stormfront. He put Stormfront in the 7, and he understood what Stormfront was eventually going to do and get control of Homelander. But yeah, no, I'm very interested to see how all of this plays out. Going to the memes, I thought the memes you were talking about, how the memes rehabilitated his image in a night.
Yeah, 5 points.
They were good memes.
What the hell is points anyway? Do we know? Is it just like their way of saying that they're doing good or bad?
I think it's about approval.
Harry Potter.
Okay, like Gryffindor points? Yeah. Something like that. All right.
Yeah, it's Dumbledore just saying 5 points from Vought. No, it's like approval ratings.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you commit murder, lose 9, and then gain 5 back
Commit
on
a
memes.
war crime, you're down 9 points. Yeah, but funny memes, you go back up 5.
Yeah.
He's so proud of his numbers. I'm up 5 points.
I know.
He can't even contain his happiness. But there was also that confrontation before Homelander comes in to see Stormfront between Starlight and Stormfront. And Stormfront even makes the move on Starlight's mom to say, oh, you had such a great mom. You had such a great childhood. You should appreciate her more. I hate when friends do that.
Yeah, me too.
When you're bickering with your mom and your friend, hey, leave her alone.
You always take the mom side, too. You gotta.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. And I think Stormfront, she's playing with Starlight. She has that one line where she says, you're going to be very useful for me.
Yeah, I want to know how that's going to play
And
out.
Starlight's like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
She obviously knows.
I need to see Starlight she needs to unleash one of these episodes. You could tell she has it. I feel like.
We haven't seen that's crazy you brought that up.
Well, Stormfront
we
didn't
haven't
seem
seen
too
that.
intimidated by the Little Light show.
I feel like if she goes off, she can go off. Something where it could like even push back someone like Homelander. I don't know if she's as strong as him, but like I feel like she
Put a fight up a little bit.
Yeah, if she just unleashes everything, I feel like people are gonna be shocked.
I think this show, we deserve that, right? When you have superheroes, at least one scene. And I think the fighting scenes were underrated for season 1. That Starlight A-Train fight is great. It's very different shooting it in slow motion. I usually don't like slow motion, but her powers made it awesome because of the way that she was lighting this man up.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see her
there's
just
another
lose
level
it.
to that though that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, definitely. I think for a lot of these characters where we haven't seen their max potential, I always go back to the A-Train scene where he's pulling a freight train. So this guy's a speedster, but he obviously has super strength. So how strong is Homelander if this guy's pulling freight trains? Yeah, but Stormfront obviously is also powerful. We saw what she did at the end of episode 3, so that would be a great matchup. What do you guys think about what Stormfront's cooking up? Making calls to this Grove State facility, the nurse telling her that he has to face these people every day and that he can't do it anymore.
So was it Stormfront that killed Raynor then?
That's what they think. I don't know. She seems to have a lot of powers. She has the lightning. She can take heat vision. She can just blow people's heads up.
Well, I think they use that company. She's in with someone in that company that she called.
Well, I don't even think it's a company. It seems like it's some sort of facility.
Right.
I don't know if it's a
facility,
mental health hospital. That's what I would guess. And the nurse talks about how he can't do this anymore. And Stormfront saying, just hold on a little bit longer. And then she says to Starlight, I'm going to use you as well. So maybe that wasn't Stormfront's power blowing up somebody's head. Maybe she's manipulating Supe's mind control.
Oh, wow.
Or something else that we just haven't been able to put our finger on.
Oh, I don't know, man. They're doing a lot. I think they're doing a lot with only 3 episodes left. I think that's my biggest worry with this show.
Well, it's not a story that's going to end at the end of the season.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, you got tied in somewhat by the end of this season, right? Or at least tie in some things. Because eventually, you got to bring Kimiko back, right? Or is she just going to be done doing Albanian hits and that's it with Frenchie and Kimiko?
Well, we'll have to see it play out. I think I'm not as worried as you are about the remaining 3 episodes not being enough time. I think they do have enough time, and I think a lot of these threads will continue on to season 2. That's the thing.
Yeah,
okay.
But with Kimiko.
I usually prefer like the Game of Thrones where you have that big episode and like the finale is kind of reestablishing after that while pushing the story forward.
Well, I think with Kimiko, it's similar to Butcher, where we see Butcher kind of just wants to die in this episode. He tells the boys to go ahead. I'll fight Black Noir on my own.
Yeah.
It's the end. He feels like this is his end. And Kimiko, too. It's characters who are just giving into their emotions, giving into their impulses, because that's the only way that they feel that they can get over their problems. Kimiko is just going full... Frenchie calls her a monster. She's going full monster in this episode, taking hits. And once again, the action, the choreography, I've always enjoyed how brutal it gets. And
that face rip was fucking
brutal.
brutal.
It was insane.
Right, yeah. They're going to show how strong... They're going to make these characters do incredibly disgusting things with their superpowers.
She's taking shots, too. Point blank
she's just
with her
taking
handgun.
shots, right. And the choreography, it's not too glossy, it's not too stylized, but there are moments when she does the Black Widow leg move. And then once again, just walking up to that person, taking the bullets. It's cool. It's cool to see these characters use their powers. But you feel bad for her, man, because she's lost. And she literally has no one to talk to because she can't communicate with anyone. She can only listen. And that's got to be incredibly frustrating.
Kind of fun. The Russian guys arguing about Hamilton.
That was amazing. It's a metaphor for the American immigrant.
If Kimiko was there, though, with Black Noir, it's like then Butcher can't have his moment. So I kind of respect what they're doing, but I also want them to bring Kimiko back into the gang, too.
I think you'll get that eventually.
Yeah.
I think that's my complaint with Kimiko is the revenge plot.
That was half their story, though, in the first season. And half of this one was Kimiko and the Supe terrorists. And now they just pushed that aside.
Well, you expand your story, and there are a lot of characters to get to. That's the thing. We're always complaining about, why doesn't this character get enough spotlight?
Yeah, that's true.
Why doesn't this character?
I will say one thing about this show is I feel like sometimes you can't really tell any jumps or how much time passed in
Yeah,
between
dude.
each episode.
Like, is this all one day, 2 days?
Kimiko, because it feels like it.
Yeah.
It feels like it's, but obviously Kimiko goes from the rally to running away to meeting up with the girlfriend she was with to now taking hits. And she's already in the middle of that, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
They went from pitching movie ideas to a whole new script and
And they're shooting
in
it.
production. So sometimes it's hard to follow. It's like how
But none of that,
long?
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess not. But I would like to. I just got to sense how much time has passed in between these things. Because with a show like this and all these characters, you got to assume that things are happening off screen, right? If there's 2 weeks have passed, like what's been going down there? But it's a small little thing I've noticed.
Well, the scenes with A-Train, we don't get a lot of A-Train, but we have that one sit-down between he and Stormfront. That was awkward as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when she goes completely racist on him.
Yeah, when she's talking about the Church of Collective, that they used to only have good people, then they started bringing in garbage. And A-Train's like, what are we doing here, lady? That's a character who at full power probably can't be beaten. But, you know, he's got the heart condition, so people are picking on him.
Could someone pump this guy with Compound V again? Please.
For one last fight.
Yeah.
Well, when Ashley gives him the ultimatum, hey, do the scene or else we're going to out you as the next A-Rod.
Yeah, she big manned him.
You're about to be Barry Bonds.
That was the first time we've seen Ashley
A-Rod's
actually do
killing it
something
right
like
now.
that, though.
Imagine A-Train goes on to marry the big pop star in that universe.
But with all the scenes with Ashley and Homelander, you get the sense that Ashley was just big pushover, but it's just Homelander because she bitched out A-Train. And
Yeah, and she
that's her
bitched
real
out
character.
Maeve, too.
Yeah.
When Maeve was like, I'll handle this, she's like, yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, it's like, but yeah, you don't really see that because Homelander
Maeve
has
will
that
literally
much
punch
power
you
over
through
her.
the stomach. Yeah, no. With Homelander, you don't.
And he actually told her too, "I'll kill you if you don't, if you don't comply."
He did make it very clear. I'll kill you if you don't do what I say. Maeve never said that.
I also think it was funny when he gave like his last farewell speech and Homelander's just standing.
He was killing it in that scene. The director said it. You need another one, buddy? Yeah,
No,
the Homelander extra.
That director, he was fucking funny, man. Because he was being real sincere to Homeland, to A-Train. And once A-Train said, "No, he's good." Okay, cut.
Well, that made me realize that being a director
Mocap.
is your brain just has to be moving at a mile a
You got me
minute.
fried.
Yeah,
There's
we're too hard on directors when a movie sucks.
100%.
That's a very hard job.
I mean, you did pick the job though.
Yeah, you're a millionaire, so why are you complaining?
Wonder how these movies do at the box office.
Dawn of the Seven.
The VCU. I think the VCU in total has made like $6 billion worldwide.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the Deep continues. We talked about Homelander rebranding his image. The Deep continues as well, getting deeper in the Church of the Collective. Yeah, you like that. And he has his wedding. And when you mention things happening to this in the background, I like how they have just the footage of his wedding on Aunt Judy's TV. Everyone knows that this is news, but it's cool. It builds the world.
You know what I would love? This would be such the Deep's narrative, or like the Deep storyline, is that they just make all of this nothing. This is just like the Church of Collective just trying to get the Deep in, and he's doing they're not actively trying to get him back into Seven. This is just the Church's way of getting the Deep and how he got played into them.
Yeah,
so
we
now
talked
he's just
about-
part of them.
We talked about that last week. I think that's
Hilarious.
He's just so stupid that
Yeah.
they're just probably going to manipulate them for their own benefit. And
Did you like that commercial?
it was so fucking funny. Hey, cut that out.
Hey, man. Not
That's
cool.
not cool.
Hey, kids.
No, I mean like the Church doesn't want anything to do with the Seven. They just want more bodies, and the Deep is just like a big celebrity, and they can get more bodies in.
No, I think it's both. I think they definitely
They have
want
up their
something.
sleeve. I
Well,
don't
they
know.
saw that. You saw the character Alistair. That's for the first time. He's the
Yeah.
leader. He's the L. Ron Hubbard. And once again, Tom Cruise. Apparently, they run those Tom Cruise commercials in the Church of Scientology. If you walk in, you'll see like that exact Tom Cruise commercial.
That's like a dodgeball when Ben Still's walking around the gym for
yeah.
that commercial.
And he's got his own pro.
Yeah.
So we saw Alistair. We don't know if he's a suit, what type of influence he really wields, or what he wants. But it's interesting because now Maeve has approached the Deep at this book signing.
Oh, you want in? No.
You think I'm a piece of shit?
That was great. Yeah, but it looks like Maeve is recruiting a fellow Supe.
I mean, Maeve, Deep, A-Train, Starlight. That's a squad.
The
Billy,
boys, yeah.
Kimiko.
Oh,
I still think Homelander and Stormfront.
Yeah, that's the way that they
I
were
think
banging.
Homelander just laser eyes them all.
Yeah, those laser eyes. If you don't have a good defense for those laser eyes.
I think best part of the show was Homelander getting humped by Terra when Butcher gives Terra the Homelander doll.
That was funny. That made me laugh. This episode was one of the funnier ones of the
Yep.
season. Yeah, no, that was a great ending. I also laughed during the movie shots when Stormfront, Maeve, and Starlight did the team-up shot.
yeah.
Girls, get it done.
It's so annoying. It's like it's getting forced like that. So
And the
much.
color palette change between what the movie actually looks
Yeah.
like and real life. That's
Yeah.
another great shot at Hollywood. Everything's got to be hotter. So I think it was another good episode, and Ted, you mentioned that you're a little afraid that 3 episodes isn't enough to wrap up the season, but we'll have to wait and see. I think they're on a good trajectory here, and we'll see if they can bring it home for the end of this season.
Yeah, well said.
Oh, perfect. See us next week. Like, subscribe, share. Aaron? And before we go, we would like to once again thank today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community built to serve creative and curious people. With over 1,000 courses in photography, video editing, drawing, writing, and more, Skillshare will connect you with fellow creatives who will help you master your skills. Aspiring writers can build confidence in their work with one of Skillshare's many creative writing courses, and I'd like to highlight this course specifically, Crafting Personal Essays with Impact. This course is taught by veteran writer Roxanne Gay, and she does a great job of breaking down the necessary steps to find your voice when writing. She not only discusses methods on how to improve your writing, but she also goes into the business side of things, like how to get your work published. Skillshare is also great for aspiring content creators. They have a multitude of courses in After Effects, Final Cut Pro, Photoshop, Adobe Premiere, all the Adobe programs that you need for content creation. Sometimes these softwares can seem a little intimidating at first, but take this course for example. Create an ocean loop in Cinema 4D and After Effects. By the end of this video, creator Dom Mupasi will have you feeling like an animation master, like you were the lead animator for Avatar. And that's really the benefit of Skillshare. You can learn new skills, but also build your confidence, while also getting lost in your creativity. And remember, if you click the link in the description box below, you will receive 2 free months of premium membership to Skillshare. But that's only for the first 1,000 people who click it, so go ahead. First come, first served. And after that, it's only around $10 a month. So, don't wait. Get lost in your creativity today with Skillshare.